What's going on, everybody? This is Flying Cryptos. Just gonna make sure that everything is working. Just throw in the comments that you can hear. Mic's good, video's good, all that stuff. We'll get started here in a second. We're gonna jump right into it. Sorry, we started 5 minutes late. And yeah. All right, so we'll just give it a minute to let people get tuned in. I will just pull up the chart here so we can watch it while we wait. So we've got Bitcoin right here and Litecoin. Just gonna repost that we're live. So just waiting for people to get into the live stream so we can answer some questions. Dartcoin, good morning and let's go. All right. A couple things I wanted to cover. I would like to let a few more people to get into the chat, but I am going to start off with my post here from last night. A lot of short-term bulls saying Bitcoin is going to test 40K before dumping. For that reason, I don't think we will. Relief rallies have been short-lived in this downtrend. Just saying, those are the odds. Now, I wanted to take that, and we're going to take a look at Big Cheds here. As you guys know, I love sending people to Big Cheds for analysis, to learn technical analysis and trading, as well as the chart guys. And Big Cheds shared this post, his possible path for the bears. He thinks we're going to get that relief rally to 40K. Reject there on the pullback, bearish retest, press back to range lows, 33K, briefly break, and then recapture to trap bulls, flush again, and then break 30K with force. And he explains that in this little video here, so just for you guys, I'm going to play it real quick. So let me just mute the mic so you guys can hear it.
Pressing, right? So what do? Boom, reject, press range lows. So kind of come back probably pretty violently. 3 candles, 3, 4, 5 candles, pretty violently. And press the range lows, testing that area, right? Pressing range lows, briefly break, and then recapture to trap bulls. So what I'm proposing is, this is just for fun, by the way. Like I said earlier, I'm not out here predicting. I can't predict my lunch tomorrow. I'm not going to predict Bitcoin in 2 weeks, okay? But if we reject it here and we come back and now we're pressing range lows, you know, you always got to think of like what's max pain and how could you screw the market? You know, I've traded long enough. I've seen it. So you kind of think, all right, range lows, what might we do? You might come in and then briefly dip and recapture to form the spring, which is what I've talked about so many times. You get everybody long, then you come up here and then boom, flush them. And then you just catch everyone. So the real trap, like the initial trap is to trap the longs. I mean, just boom, right? Total sadism, or that's just the crypto market. It's gonna separate you from your money if you're not careful. Flush again and then break 30K with force. So we flush, boom, we break 30K with force. At that point, you know, where's your next support? 24K. So boom, right down to 24K quickly in that scenario.
Yeah, so I just wanted to play that real quick for you guys, just to see, so you guys kind of saw what Big Cheds was outlining. Like he said, he's not predicting, and he's one of the best traders. The best traders don't try to predict weeks ahead. You know, you can zoom out on a high time frame and get a general idea, but we're going to be following the trend. We're going to be zooming in a little bit, watching the daily, watching the 4 hour, 12 hour, 6 hour, and we're going to be following that trend. You know, and I talk about it all the time. You guys know that. That's why I hate calling, like, that's why I hate the people calling these crazy targets, because there's just so little weight that can be put into them, and a lot of new people in the space, they see the lines, they see the chart, they think these guys are experts, and you know, yeah, $10,000, $20,000 Litecoin is a crazy figure to even talk about. Honestly, even $10,000 Litecoin is a crazy figure to be talking about on a technical analysis perspective. Fundamental analysis, different, but timeline, you can't put a timeline on that. That could be several years. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to go over that. So I mean, like he said, he wasn't predicting, but this was a possible path that, you know, he could see being a fairly good scenarios, right? So relief rally to 40K, you know, and you guys know my opinion on it. I don't think we're gonna hit that relief rally to 40K. I think this is the top. I think we're forming up a double top right here. We got a rising wedge here on Bitcoin, and we're about to break down from it. Yes, we're gonna need to see some bear follow through, and we're gonna need to start moving down. Honestly, you zoom in a little bit, you go into the 1 hour, it's pretty impressive how well it's held this going sideways, but as far as I'm concerned, this is just a range, and we're going to be watching the low. See, it's actually slightly tightening, so we'll probably get a break of this soon. You know, obviously, if we break down, that's going to be it. This is all the indications, the rising wedge, all these wicks not being able to get through, and this is all on Bitcoin, guys. And then on Litecoin, similar thing, except Litecoin is trying to hold this, is as of right now holding this trend line, but you know, if Bitcoin drops, Litecoin's obviously going to break it. So you know, Litecoin is actually slightly stronger, but a little bit better of a looking chart. But if you look at the LTC BTC chart, I mean, there's really nothing going on here. It's still in a range. That's why it's only doing a little bit better, is because it's up 1% in the range. So that's enough to hold the trend line here on the USD chart. So you know, that's what we're looking at. But market wide, Bitcoin's going to be the one to make all the decisions, unless LTC BTC decoupled from Bitcoin and pushed right back up through this previous support. Let's zoom into the daily, and then I'll check out some comments in a second. But this range right here was support, and we have fallen through it, guys. So I don't think we're going to see a decoupling on the LTC BTC chart right yet. I turn that off just so you guys can see the latest on the LTC BTC chart. This is what it looks like. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me okay. I know YouTube is telling me it's might not be able to maintain smooth streaming, but DIY Renewable Energy, what's up, Parker? Cheds is great. Yeah, thanks so much. Cheds is awesome. Also check out Chart Guys, Charting Man Dan, Chart Guys on Twitter, and on YouTube as well. He posts all of his stuff on YouTube. He also covers stocks and crypto. All right, CC waiting till 90 to smash buy, waiting for 90 as well. Yep, I'm doing the same thing, guys. Unless we got confirmation. You know, that's pretty much the title of this video. Traders, don't buy Litecoin until you watch this video. kind of just a little bit of a clickbait thing for YouTube, because you know how YouTube is. But really what we're saying is stay patient. And you know, if you watched maybe it was 2 streams ago, I posted my confirmation scenario, and it's all playing out to where I said, let's zoom out to the 4 hour. Back when I said, you know, we would drop down here and then come back up to enter, I would want to see confirmation. I'd want to see it bounce through, and then I'd buy right here. And I remember I was complaining, you know, just saying, see, it's not all about catching the bottom, guys, right down here. No one really cares about that. You know, if you are a conservative trader and you care a lot about risk and wanting to protect your positions and having clear lines of support and resistance to make your entries upon, you'll want to enter on this retest of this higher time frame confirmation of the bottom. So yeah, just sit out, because this way, if it happens this way, I can enter, say I enter on the retest right here, you know, I can set a stop, like a 2% stop below that, and then I could target 120 resistance. So I could have a, you know, a nearly 10% profit with 2% risk, and then have a nice clear trade plan to follow. Because obviously we're going to face some resistance as we get into the 120. So if you wanted to make that a trade, that right there would be a good way to do it. Just giving you guys some ideas. But if we do establish a higher time frame uptrend, that will look pretty good. I just don't think that Bitcoin needs the extra $2,000 to reject, because this is obviously major resistance up here at $41,000, and that's where a lot of people think we're going to go before heading down. And you know, we don't always get that. And you know, like I said, the relief rallies in this downtrend have been very short-lived. They just have. I mean, look, you know, we're going to go back here and we'll look at them. We'll do this together. So, right here, relief rally was 11%. It lasted 1 week. Okay. Right here, I'm just going to go from the base of the candle. Our relief rally, 14%. And we are 6 days, like 8 hours or something. Almost 1 week. Okay. Might be close to just breaking down now. You can go back. You know, they got all these littler, smaller ones, you know, 11%. This is kind of just sideways in a channel, but you can go from the bottom and 7%. You know, and this lasted 10 days. I mean, so we're kind of like at that 1 week, because it seems like a lot of these little relief rallies last about a week before we start coming back down. We're kind of at that point right here. And a lot of them moved up 7, 10, 11, 15%. We're up the highest on this one. Yeah, so I'll give you guys a little bit of context. And we're just facing a ton of rejection here at this level. I mean, we had this huge wick here. We got this wick here. We got the bulls are trying to hold the where we are at now, and they just can't get any follow through. I mean, look at the volume right there. I mean, this is the Bitcoin chart. You guys know that. Look at the volume right here. There's just nothing good about it. So yeah, I just, you know, it kind of sucks. You know, it seems like the last few YouTube videos, I'm just like, all right, guys, we're going to sit patient. We're going to sit patient. We're going to sit patient. But like, you know, we are sitting patient, and we haven't lost any money, which is great. We're only losing out on a couple % of what this move is. And in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're playing, you know, we're trying to swing trade right now, and waiting for a bottom. you know, you zoom in and it's, you know, if you're going to try to scalp and stuff, great, but it's a little choppy. You know, look at that. I mean, 3.5% is roughly this range right here. And it's like up, straight down, up. And then you got this little fake out right here, this little wick. You see a big bump in volume right here, and you see this wick. I mean, and this is funny. This is one I posted on Twitter about how I would back in the day, how I would have bought that. Yeah, I remember back in the day when I was new to trading, I would have bought that screaming breakout just to later sell it 5% lower, and that was this right here. And it's so true, because you are getting some indications that might make you feel like we're gonna get this breakout. You know, it looks like we're gonna reclaim this trend line. We're seeing an increase in volume, and you know, this is before all this is even here. We're just focusing on this first candle with this large amount of volume. I mean, before that push back down and you saw that volume uptick and getting back above the trend line, a lot of people would probably FOMO into that as a, you know, being a breakout. And that's why you, like, you know, you see got this resistance box up here, like, let the candle close, sit out. If it runs up more, sit out. Just miss the opportunity. Just take it, because it's always better to buy on confirmation when it pulls back to the support, well, the previous resistance, it pulls back to it, then you buy. You know, unless you got lucky and you bought down here. Buying up here where these wicks are, obviously the worst spot. It's the, you know, how you're gonna get trapped. So anyway, yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's kind of choppy. Granted, Litecoin is so far holding this trend line. Bitcoin is what we're watching with that rising wedge and this range right here, and that's what we're going to be watching for today. So anyway, let me get back to some comments. John Burke, hi man, here from Ireland. What's up? Hope you're doing well. Need to break 112. What if we break that? What's the next target? If we break that range, I think we're going to go up into the 120s. And that will happen if Bitcoin's going to 40K. Which I didn't say was impossible. I just said I don't think we're going to go to 40K. Ched's, you know, like I said in the earlier, he thinks we could. But let's go here. Yeah, 112. So you're looking at 112. All right, let me zoom out a little bit just to show you a little bit of a bigger picture. And we will mark 112 right here on the chart. That's 112 right there. Okay. If we break 112, our odds are definitely going to increase. But I want you to focus on this red box. We did have a rejection here. We got huge rejections here, rejection wicks here that go as high as 116, okay? And we have these two rejection wicks here touching like 112.50 about. So, you know, I really want, this is why I don't want to play the breakout. I mean, unless we're looking at the 4 hour here and we have a crazy volume candle like this sell-off candle here, and we just push right through it. Maybe, but like, guys, I really want, if that were to happen, I would want to buy the pullback and then make that shot. Now, that pullback, you know, it might not go this high. You know, it might go straight up and then come down. That's okay. I want to just sit out and let it come down and buy if it were to happen. You know, we can't predict the future exactly, you know, the way it's going to happen. I mean, we can have some pretty good ideas and we'll know how to react to them. And that's what makes a good trader. But yes, if you guys are loving this video, this live stream, we actually have more people on this live stream than we did in the last two, I think. And if you guys could smash that a like, that would really help the video, and subscribe if you do enjoy these, and hit the notification bell, because when I go live, I usually put a notification up like half hour, an hour before I do go live. That way you guys will know that I am going to be live streaming. All right. All right. All right, Steve-O, Bitcoin is rather flat and tight to the resistance of 38.1K. Isn't that sometimes the sign of a breakout? Good. You know, I have seen that happen before. Where we just keep pounding the resistance. We hit it, we hit it, we hit it, we hit it, and we're not rejecting. We're not seeing bearish follow through. And then that's where the bulls come in, and then we get that breakout. So yes, that is something to be looking for. However, are we really seeing that punching action at resistance? It's a really tight range. We are holding the range, but it's 0.8%. And there's no volume. There's no volume. So it's not like the bulls are buying heavy and then the bears are selling it right back off. Just nobody's buying or selling here. That's what I see. It's low liquidity. We're gonna need big players to come in, and you know, that's really what it's gonna take. Or just a boost in volume, just more retail, you know, trading volume. So it wouldn't take a lot to really dump this. All it takes is you know, whoever bought down on the bottom down there, all it takes is for a couple whales down there to be like, we're not seeing follow through, sell, and then boom, it's just gonna wash the order books, in my opinion, if that makes sense. So yeah, all right. Darkcoin, what do you think about the upcoming MWeb update? May it have any positive impact on LTC price in recent market conditions? I think, and I said this before on the live streams, I think Mimblewimble is going to be a fantastic for the long-term price and health of Litecoin. As far as the short-term, though, and I've said this many times too, that I don't think dropping Mimblewimble right now without a confirmation of a bottom is a good idea as far as the short term. I think a lot of what Bitcoin and especially if we continue down is going to kind of negate the effects of the price action that we would expect to get from Mimblewimble because the whole market's dropping. I would want to wait for a bottom. That way Litecoin can really shine on the LTC BTC chart when we have found the bottom. But that's just my opinion. Regardless, it will be fantastic long term, and I think that will reflect in the price over time. But as far as the reaction for when they drop it, even if they wait for a bottom, I do think we'll see some price action with Litecoin, but I don't think it'll be as massive as everyone is saying. It's not like the marketing behind Litecoin is like, you know, I don't know if Mimblewimble dropping is going to be on, you know, the front page of, you know, Fox Business on TV all night. You know, how new, like, to us who know about Litecoin and already are invested in Litecoin, we all know about it, but how many people it's like I said, it's going to take a little time for that to happen. I don't think they're just going to drop it and the price is just going to go shoot right up to the moon. That's what you're asking. Okay, wow. Yeah, guys, I'm getting more comments today. Yeah, marketing sucks. I mean, we're trying. I mean, even I'm technically in this game of marketing Litecoin. I mean, I don't do it in a Litecoin to $10,000 every day type style marketing because I don't think that's healthy. But I talk about Litecoin every day. I'm drawing you guys. We're all talking about Litecoin every day. I mean, everyone that gets involved in social media does help market Litecoin. But I would love to see a stronger marketing effort with Litecoin. I think there's certainly things that we could do. I mean, certainly things that I can think about that might help. But what? Oh, that's good. What will be the price on the ties, the crypto ties? Well, since he mentioned it, I am going to bring it up. Okay, so I'm wearing the Litecoin watch from Carlos Estrada because this thing is amazing. So I do give him a little shout out in every video. That's from Coin Vigilante. Carlos Estrada Litecoin watches are amazing. Now, if you wear dress suits, or suits, if you wear dress shirts or suits, the Litecoin ties are sick, and they are going to be dropping soon. And he did ask about the price on them. They are going to be $95, and they will have free shipping. Any other like specials or something going on? I'm waiting to get some more details on it. But the ties are designer quality, and I'm not kidding when I say that. They are really nice ties. And they should be available in the next week or two. But I did want to go over that real quick. That's cryptoties.com. And if you're interested in that, if you just put your email in this box right here, you can then get an email when they are ready to drop. And maybe I'll do like a discount or special if you guys put your email in the box. Because that just helps us know how many people are looking to get it right away. That way we can make sure we have enough of them. Because there's only going to be 500 of them total, but they're being created in batches of 100. So yes. All right. Anyway, back to some questions. All right. If I'm a long-term trader / investor, should I just be eating this range up? That is a good question. Dollar cost averaging as a long-term investor. I know I post a lot of this stuff. I do a lot of these streams and things on YouTube, and everyone ends up in my comments saying, I'm just dollar cost averaging. I'm buying here. And I tell them, okay, man, it's cool. Like, people think that I have a problem with that. I don't want you to think I have a problem with that as a long-term investor. Obviously, if I was going to buy and hold for a few years, $100 Litecoin or anywhere around $100 Litecoin is a hell of a price that I'd want to be buying. So yes, if you want to accumulate in these price ranges, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's certainly a lot better than buying it at $150 or $200. I would say anywhere $100 and lower is a perfect, even $110 where we are now is a perfect price to accumulate Litecoin. And just don't put 100% of your money into it right here, is all I would say. I would keep a little bit on the sidelines. You know, maybe put 80% if you really want to put as much money as possible into it right now, on the chance that it does keep going up. You know, you can, but if it drops to $80, you know, you're going to be down pretty good percentage on what you're holding. And you want to have a little extra capital there on the side to buy in at that lower price should it happen. That way you can bring your dollar cost average down quite a bit. So what are your thoughts on LTC breaking the LTC BTC correction and leading the market again? I will do a little recap on the LTC BTC chart. I did this a couple times already, and this is what we're looking at on the weekly. So we got our top trend, our upper trend line. Got a touch here, here, and here. So the very last touch we rejected. And I remember back, you know, 2 weeks ago when this wick was a solid green candle, everyone was freaking out about an LTC BTC breakout, and I warned you guys about that. If you go back a couple streams ago, and then I talked about this support level right here, and I did say that I think we would hold this support level. I would like to see us hold this support level because there's nothing below it, and nothing below this support level. Where we currently are now, we're talking another 28% drop if it were to come down to this lower trend line. But it doesn't have to. Guys, just like when we broke this support, we didn't come all the way down to the trend line, which would be another 16%. You know, we're just going to look back right here. You know, it broke support and it just fell another 14%. You know, if it does the same here, breaks this support and it falls another 14%, it's going to be about 25.50. It doesn't have to come down all the way. I'm just saying that is your only support level. So it's like that kind of went into my worst case scenario calculation for Litecoin, which would get it to $50, but I don't think that's going to happen. I know I posted on earlier on Twitter. I posted this. I just want to clarify for anyone that doesn't know. I posted, where is it? Yeah. What if I'm wrong and Litecoin hits $30, Bitcoin hits 20, Russia invades Ukraine, and the latest super killer COVID health strain drops to a whopping 0.2% death rate? Just don't hate me. I'll try to keep you aware to my best ability. So I was kind of joking in this, but you know, it's possible, but I don't want you guys to take that all seriously. And when I talk about $50 Litecoin, I also don't want you to take me too seriously, because the odds of that happening are smaller. And I'm like, most of you all know, I'm targeting $80-90. But I just want you to know it's possible. And if we hit $80-90 and we bounce to $100, I want us to break $100. Okay, so that way we can be bullish on the monthly time frame. You know, because if we reject off $100, say we do, because I never also said it's not 100% chance that we fall below $100 again, guys. I want you to know that. I mean, I think we will, but I don't want, it's not 100%. As if there's a confirmation, or we get confirmation of like double bottom, anything like that, my plans are going to change. I'm going to update you guys, and I'm going to tell you when I'm long. So, you know, it's not 100%, but I think you guys all get the point. Now I'm kind of losing my train of thought. And we do have a lot of comments. The live chat's kind of bumping today. If you guys are loving this stream, please give it a like and subscribe. That helps so much with the video for as far as people finding it and just hearing the latest on what's going on with Litecoin. And when I do those live streams, it'll update you. It'll tell you ahead of time. It should that I will be live soon. So if you hit the notification bell, that'll help a lot, and you will not miss these in the future. All right. Odds of it going to 80. I think the odds are just as good as it going to 90, to be honest. I think that $90-80 range is, and I talked about this in another stream. Going back, it synced up very well with Bitcoin coming down to hit 30K. Bitcoin coming down to hit 30K, as long as LTC BTC moves sideways, which it basically has been doing ever since, that Litecoin would get down to about $80. All right. LTC needs to pump to get people to notice. It's true. It's true. Absolutely. Once the LTC BTC chart breaks and is real convincing, a lot of people are going to notice Litecoin. The social media, the trending on Litecoin is going to skyrocket. Google Trends, people searching for Litecoin, that's going to skyrocket. And when you see all of that happen, then you know. And Litecoin will pretty much market itself with its price at that point, because it's a sleeping giant. And as you guys know, and I am going to talk bullish for a quick second. Long term, guys, when all this little shit is over, when Litecoin breaks, it's going to break, and it's going to move pretty damn hard. But we can't be putting several $1,000 targets on it. We can't be putting price targets on it like that, because all that's misleading. Nobody in the world knows exactly what price it's going to go to. You know, so all those targets that you see, just ignore them. We're gonna follow the weekly chart. We'll follow the daily chart. We'll follow the uptrend, and we'll just keep going. And then once we have an uptrend, then we can get a better idea on what a target would be, a realistic target that we can base our exits on. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at for here on LTC BTC. Is I would like to see us not drop down to 2,000 on this chart way down here. That is a big drop, especially on top of, you know, Bitcoin's drop. If that fell to 30K, that's how you got that $50 Litecoin scenario, that I don't think will happen. But I would like to see us. We're going to tighten up here pretty soon, guys. I mean, it's going to get pretty tight, and we're going to have to see a breakout soon. I will say we'll most likely see a breakout this year, if not in a few months or so, maybe summertime. Who knows? But this is going to get too tight for us to really do much going into the end of the year. It's just, yeah, it'd get really tight. And for it to get that tight, it would also have to drop 30%. Like, so there's not much more time left on this chart. You know, if we drop 30%, you know, it's going to get really tight. We're going to be in like April, May, and there's no more room over here. Okay. So, I do think we'll get something soon, but we need to wait for confirmation on it. And when I say soon, I mean a few months or so. I don't mean like tomorrow. So don't get too excited. But yeah, so I think I pretty much covered a lot of the stuff that I am looking at. Let's zoom back into the hourly chart on Litecoin here. Thank you guys, all of you, for tuning in. All right, so there we go. What do we got going on in Litecoin? Hourly, we got 17 minutes left in the hourly. Okay, Bitcoin. Testing the bottom of the range, guys. Testing the bottom of the range. So this is what we're watching right now. Thanks everybody. If you're loving the live stream, smash the like button. Thanks so much. And I'm serious about the crypto ties thing. Guy did ask earlier what the price would be on these. I want you guys all to know that the ties are way better looking than this picture. This is digitally generated. The ties are already being produced, and I have actual pictures of the ties, if you scroll back on my page, of the gray and silver tie. They are super sexy. And they make this picture look like dog shit. So once they get in the site, when they're available to order, there's going to be full photo galleries of them on there. But yeah, I mean, put your email in there if you're interested. That way it'll let you know about it. And Carlos Estrada's Litecoin watches. Okay. Smash the like button. Good stream, a lot of good knowledge, well weighted in between realism and optimism and hype. Thank you. I really appreciate that so much. Yeah, you guys are amazing. This is a fantastic live stream. Any other final questions before I get ready to wrap up? I would sit here for a little bit longer and watch this candle close with you guys, but I don't want to get too quiet and boring. Usually I have a beer, but you know, because it's 11 in the morning, I'm just drinking seltzer water. But I always have my vape, so enjoy your seltzer water, folks. Good morning. Oh yeah, today's Sunday. It's gonna be Super Bowl. No, not Super Bowl. What the hell am I saying? Football. Not the Super Bowl, not yet. All right. Okay. A lot of questions, guys. Any thoughts on breaking all-time high this year? I'll look at it. I'll entertain it. I obviously can't say for sure. We don't have enough data. We need to set a bottom and find confirmation first. Confirmation of a bottom first to really get a rough idea on Litecoin. But we can zoom out to the weekly I'm gonna go to this chart right here. Actually, let's go to the monthly. Okay, so this is the monthly chart that I talked to you guys a while ago about. This is before. This is when we were way up in the 160s, and I said we were going to come down to $100. And everyone and their mother and brother and sister thought I was on crack or something. You know, we have this really nice pattern here that could form a beautiful bull flag on the monthly, and we have 1 day, 8 hours left to close it. So we either come down really quick and then we come right back up tomorrow, or we hold this level and then maybe we have a little push down with another wick coming back up. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. And like I said earlier, guys, I think we're going to come down and see $80, $90. But it doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen. And right now, we are testing that green box that I talked about a long time ago for the monthly chart here. Beautiful, beautiful bull flag. And if this bull flag were to hold and then bounce trend back up to the upper resistance trend line, and we get a break of this bull flag, then typically, and I don't want to get you guys all excited, and I'm going to do this in a very conservative way because this is, you know, some of the problem that I have with predicting things in high time frames is, you know, things change so much, right? All right. We get a break of the bull flag, right? That puts us at about $1,000. Okay, you measure the length of the flagpole, and then from the break, boom, you got your target. It's about $1,000. Okay, guys. And that, you know, we measured the time that it took for that previous one. If it were to be the same thing, and it took 244 days, December of 2022, you could be at $1,000. But I say that with a grain of salt, guys, because so much can happen. You know. Maybe we don't even get the break. What if we just go into a bear market, you know? That's why we need a confirmation in the bottom. You know, what if we get out and we just, you know, we hit all-time highs and then we just reject and come down again, and then like we just move sideways and it's boring as all hell forever, and then we finally maybe get there someday, and it's like, yeah, very anticlimactic and upsetting for a lot of people. And it could literally just look something like that. You know, you can't predict the future, guys. You know, you can try to be more than 50% accurate, which we do that pretty well as traders, especially on a low time frame. We can be pretty accurate, but when it comes to higher time frames, news events, you know, changes in the market, all sorts of unknowns can occur. And that makes it really hard. So when as a new trader, if you're seeing something like this and you're seeing someone say, oh, $1,000 target by end of year, and you get enough repeat of that stuff as a new trader, you're going to want to hold it. And then what happens? The market goes up. Maybe we don't get there. Maybe it comes down. Maybe now you're riding your bags down. And you're just kind of stuck in this market. And what if we just, boom, break. Now we're in a downtrend. Now we got some ginormous monthly head and shoulders. This is all hypothetical. This is just for fun, by the way. And yeah, that's no fun. You were waiting for your $1,000. That's what the high time frame said. That was the target. So guys, let's zoom out, look at that stuff. And then when you're riding this up, say we get this break, when you're riding this up, zoom in and follow the uptrend, okay? Let's just assume that green arrow is an uptrend, right? And then we break the trend line. It confirms as resistance, and then we start setting like a daily downtrend. Get out, sit patient. That daily downtrend could turn into a weekly downtrend. That weekly downtrend could turn into a monthly downtrend, and you want to be aware of that. If you get a weekly downtrend, we're going to be looking at a longer, you know, this is all hypothetical, a longer term downtrend where you can sit out and protect your money and stay patient. And then you can buy the dips on those higher time frames as those higher time frames get oversold or hit major support levels. You know, that's the best way to do it, instead of looking for targets. Hope that helps. Make more educational videos for new traders, please. I really do want to do that. I point a lot of people to Big Ched's Trading Wisdom, his book. It's on Amazon. Amazing book. Recommend you read it. And you'll learn a lot about trading from that book. Obviously, watch his content and then follow the chart guys, Charting Man Dan. He does a very detailed analysis. And you watch him long enough, you'll get a good idea on how important the stock market is in relation to cryptocurrency. Its correlation, sometimes it's correlated, sometimes it's not so correlated. All these things to be paying attention to, as well as the value of the dollar, different sectors, all that good stuff. And I will do more trading videos. I'm thinking about doing something. I don't know. It's a lot of work. I'd have to sit here and go through each chapter, recording a video of it. I mean, I feel like I do a lot of teaching in these videos because I'm kind of explaining everything. But if you're looking to learn the basics and you're looking to build yourself from the ground up, maybe I'll do it. I don't know if I would charge for it or anything. I don't know if you guys would even consider, like, if I were to charge something for it, I wouldn't charge a lot. Because to be honest, a lot of people do not tip. Even when I ask for tips, a lot of people do not tip, which is fine. I make my money doing the trading. I've been doing this for a while on Twitter now, and I rarely ever ask for tips. I just do it for fun. But, you know, if I'm going to get more and more and more and more into it, and this is going to be like full time for me, so I'll have to find ways to at least make it worth it in a sense. You know, so maybe if I do a trading, educational videos, I'll charge something cheap for it to do that. I don't know. Or if people want a tip, in the video description, my Venmo is on there and my LTC address. And if you do that, that would be amazing. And I would see that, and I would certainly want to get to this YouTube more often and do it more. As you know, I've been doing it a little bit more often, but man, I would probably do it more full time because I do enjoy it. But you know, it does take time out of my day and it is a lot of work. But anyway, I love all of you guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we got more questions than I'm used to answering. BTC is starting to look a little like a bear flag in the past 2 weeks. Yes. Let's look at the I mean, if you look at the 2-day, that could be a bear flag right there on BTC. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And should I sell my 13K LTC bag and buy my house? I started with 7K. Went all the way up to 46K. So you're in profit right now, man. I mean, I'm not here to give you financial advice, but if you started at 7K and you have 13K, you're in profit. There's nothing wrong with taking profit. Always take profit. You know, especially if you're asking me if you should hold on to it, that means sell it. And protect your money. I'm serious. If you're not sure if you should be in it, then don't be in it. And just sit patient. I mean, if you'll feel more comfortable, provided it drops below $100 to $80-$90 and buying back in there, absolutely do it. If you feel comfortable holding here, thinking that this is a good value, which overall it is a good value to dollar cost average, but I wouldn't be 100% in. Now, you never go 100% all in. Wouldn't go 100% in here. I would definitely have some money on the side for should we do get lower if you're looking to do that. So maybe you could sell half of it and have that on the sidelines. but I'm not here to tell you what to do. But yeah, no, you don't have to take, I wouldn't, I mean, if you're going to ask me personally, I wouldn't take all of the 13K out. I would just take some of it. Because that way, if it goes up, you're still going to continue to make more money. If it comes down, you can buy lower and reduce your dollar cost average, which will protect you. But all right, guys, so that is pretty much it. I love you guys so much. That was great. But seriously, the Litecoin ties, if you're interested in that, go to the website and put that in there. That way we just know that we're going to have enough ties. So far we do. We got a decent amount of people that put it in there, but throw it in there if you're interested. And before I head out, thanks so much, guys. Subscribe, hit the like, and notification bell on the video. And if you really love the live stream, go back to Twitter and hit the like on this live stream replay that I will post. That way, everyone that missed this will get a chance to see it later. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all. Flying Cryptos out.